Hi everybody, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, so for today, meet again in POT, PERLIS Online Teaching, 2024. Okay, so for today, what we are going to do is we are going to focus on speaking paper. Okay, so, ta-da! Okay, so for today we are going to focus speaking paper 1119/3. Okay, so commonly, most of our SPM candidates, they are afraid, for this kind of paper, which is speaking. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, if you know the right technique, how you are going to do for speaking paper, you are able to score better marks. Okay, so let's get started with me, teacher NAZZATULSHIMA from SMK AGAMA ARAU PERLIS. Okay, so as you all know, for speaking paper, we have three types of parts. Okay, so we have part 1, part 2, and part 3. Okay, so basically, part 1, it is an interview session, where interlocutor interviews candidates. Okay, as you can see here, there are 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, meaning to say the interlocutor will ask the candidates, some simple question. Okay, so basically the question is about the personal details, of the students or candidates, and then maybe it's about their biodata, where they live, what's their name, for example. Okay, it's very simple questions. Okay, so what is the input? Okay, interlocutor frame provides all questions for interlocutors. Okay, as you all know, the interlocutors may have their own booklet. Okay, so the interlocutor will ask the candidates, questions derived from the booklet itself. Okay, so what's the output? So the students, the candidates, they need to give factual information about themselves. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, the interlocutor may ask you about your name. Okay, what's your name? Second is about where do you live, for example, or maybe who is your best friend. So basically, it's about the topics, is about the personal details or the biodata of the candidates. Okay, so now next, the students need to speak about present circumstances. So for present circumstances, it is about what happens to the students, so the current issues relating to the person or to the candidate itself. So next one, expressing opinion. The students give their opinions, for certain simple topic, maybe about their interests, maybe about their preferences, for example, right? Okay, next one, talking about past experience. Okay, so past experience, maybe the interlocutor will ask you something that already happened to you, but this is a very short response from you, because this is part 1. So for part 1, this is the easiest part, so you have to remember this one. This is the easiest. So it's just like a warm-up questions, so to make you feel comfortable to go for the next round. So for part 1, there are 2 phases, phase 1 and phase 2. 2 phases, 2 fasa. So for phase 1, general questions. So these are examples of the question that might be asked. For example, the first one, what is your name? So how you are going to answer for this one? For example, my name is NAZZATULSHIMA binti ZOLKIFLI. You can call me Nazza. Okay. So second one, where do you live? Okay, I live in PERLIS, for example. How do you come to school? I come to school by bus. Okay. What is your hobby? Very interesting. My hobby is singing, for example. Okay, so as you can see, these kind of questions, they are very easy. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, this is part 1, phase 1. Okay, so general question in phase 2, but still in part 1. So these are some of the questions. Okay, the first one, what do you normally do after coming back from school? Okay, so as you can see, the first question, okay, it is about your daily routine. Okay. Okay, it's about your daily routine. Okay, so don't worry, it's still simple. Okay, you are managed to answer this kind of question. Okay, so what do you do after you wake up? It's still very easy, right? Okay, how much time do you spend on your hobby? So this is about your interest, okay, or hobby. Hobby or interest. Okay. So what do you do on your weekends? Okay, as you all know, weekends, Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so basically it's about your daily activities. Okay, on weekends, on weekdays, for example, what do you do? Okay, what is your leisure time activity? Okay, when you have a free time, what kind of hobby that you enjoy? Okay, doing during your leisure time. Okay, so this is for phase 2. Okay, so for phase 2, you need to answer it, okay, maybe in 2 sentences, okay, because the time given for you is about 15 seconds, okay, so 20 seconds. Okay. Okay, now part 2. Okay, so part 2, okay, we call as individual long-term task. Okay, so for this packing paper, okay, 3 so it is a paired format, okay? Paired format. What is paired format? So this is 2 candidates, okay? Candidate A and candidate B, okay? You are supposed to do this speaking test, okay, by pair, okay? So candidate A and candidate B will be given a different task for part 2. So an individual long-term task, okay, is about 1 to 2 minutes with a listening candidate response, okay, meaning to say there is one question that's supposed to be answered by both, okay, candidate A, one question, candidate B, one question, okay, after each of them finish their first task, okay. So what is the input for part 2? Examiner asks candidate to speak for about 1 minute. So you have to remember this one. Each of you will be given different topic, okay? Each of you have to speak for about 1 minute, okay, regarding the topic that you get. Okay, so related to the candidate's experience, okay, based on written input of general instructions and content-focused prompts. So meaning to say, okay, the interlocutor will give you a task, okay, on a piece of paper, okay. So the task will have general instructions, how you are supposed to answer the question. And it also provide you content-focused prompts, okay. So normally, there are 4 content focus prompts in the question. So it is not too hard, too difficult for you, because the question itself already give you 4 content focus prompts. So you can answer the question by using these content focus prompts, right? Okay, so each candidate is also given a short response question, okay, on their partner's topic. So let's say if candidate A, okay, already be given with task A, okay, and then after he or she finish delivered the task in 1 minute, and then candidate B will be asked 1 short response question, okay. So the topic is regarding or briefly about their partner's topic, which is candidate A. So when the candidate A is delivering their presentation or speaking about the topic, candidate B, you have to listen carefully, attentively to candidate A presentation, okay. So after that, you are supposed to answer 1 short response question, okay. So what about the time? So for candidate B, you are supposed to answer the question within 15 to 20 seconds. It's quite short, right? Okay, so what is the candidate output? So for candidate output, giving information of non-personal kind. So meaning to say the topics is not about the candidate, okay, but it's about the other person around them. For example, their friends, their family members, okay, their society or community. Okay, it's bigger than part 1. Okay, so talking about past, present and future experience. Okay, so for part 2, you need to elaborate, okay, because the time you are supposed to convey your ideas is about 1 minute. So you are not supposed to give only 1 sentence or 1 short answer. It's 1 minute, okay. So you need to explain, giving reasons, okay. So for example, if the question asks you about your preference, for example, so you need to give your reasons, why or why not. Okay, next one, expressing and justifying opinions. Okay, so it's slightly the same as giving reasons, okay, why you agree to that one or you do not agree, for example. So this is about part 2. So what are the preparation tips for part 2? First, you must be able to talk about the topic independently for about 1 minute. Meaning to say, if you have any of unfamiliar words, okay, you cannot ask your friend, okay. You need to do it independently. Okay, here. Okay, so how about the time? Like I said, it is 1 minute. Okay, so you must listen attentively to your partner's topic. Okay, so this is the second thing that you are supposed to do. Okay, so when candidate A is presenting, okay, you need to listen attentively to your partner's topic. After that, you must be able to answer questions about your partner's topic. Okay, so that one is for part 2. Okay, so this is a sample of interlocutor script. Okay, so I would like to read to all of you. Okay, so in this part of the test, I'm going to give each of you a topic and I would like you to talk about it on your own for about 1 minute. You also need to answer a question briefly about your partner's topic. So this is the instruction that will be given by the interlocutor. Okay, so it's about each of you will be given a topic Okay? Talk about it for about 1 minute. Okay? And you also need to answer a question about your partner's topic. So these are important keywords that you need to understand what you are supposed to do for part 2. Okay? So, next one. So, candidate A, here's your task. So, this is a sample question for part 2. So, here as you can see, there are the title of the task. So, this is the title. So, what is the title? Importance of smartphone. Good. Okay, next one. How about this one? Talk about the importance of having a smartphone among teenagers. So, it asks you to talk about the importance of having a smartphone. Okay, so it is about the teenagers. Okay, the question focus on the teenagers. Okay, importance of smartphone. So, this is the instruction. The general instruction, okay, what you are supposed to do for part 2. Okay, you should say. So, this is what? There are 4, right? So, this is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Like I said earlier, so we call this one as content focus prompt. So, how many content focus prompt? There are 4. So, meaning to say, as candidates, you are supposed to speak or to talk about your topic for about 1 minute by using this content focus prompt. Okay? So, it will be easier for you. Okay? Just follow the number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's try this one first. Okay, so how we are going to cater, how we are going to settle, okay, to answer this kind of question. So the first one, we know the topic is about the importance of smartphone. Okay, we have 4, okay, content focus from. So here, okay, I'm giving you 2. Content focus from number 1 and this is number 2. You should say, so this is the first content for speaking. The question is, do you have a smartphone? Okay, as a candidate, you can give this kind of answer. The first one, yes, I do. Okay, next one, of course, I have 1, I have 2. Okay? So the third one, yes, I own a smartphone. Okay? Okay, so for second content points, okay, so here, is it important for you to have 1? So the keyword here, is it important as a teenager? Okay? So the first one you can say, yes, because we can contact our family and friends. So this is the first advantages of having smartphone. Okay, you can contact your family members. Okay, maybe they are staying far away from you. Okay, next one. It is very important because I need to use it for online learning. Okay, for example, you have online classes with your teacher. So you are supposed to use your mobile phone or smartphone. Okay, so next one. Of course, it is important for me to look for information. Okay, for example, you have been given a homework or assignment by your teacher. So you need to use this smartphone in order to find more information regarding your assignment. Right? Okay, so this is for point number 1. Point number 2. Got it? Okay. Next. So for point number 3 and number 4, the third one, what do you use it for? So meaning to say, you are using this smartphone for what? Okay, the first one, I will use my smartphone to call my parents in the morning. Okay, you can use this one of answer. Okay, second, most of the time I use it to attend Google Meet sessions. So this is definitely for online classes. Okay, when you have a Google Meet sessions with your teachers. Okay, next, I use my smartphone to find important information. And for social media, for example, social media, you are going to socialize with other friends, for example. So you can use social media platform. For example, we have WhatsApp, okay, we have Facebook, okay, Twitter, and etc. Okay, so now for point number 4. So point number 4, how to improve smartphone usage. Okay, usage, how you are going to use this kind of smartphone. So some of the sample answer here, the role of parents. Okay, nowadays, okay, teenagers, nowadays teenagers, okay, they love to spend their time by scrolling their smartphone or mobile phone. So that is why, as a parents, okay, we need to limit the access of smartphone use. Okay, so we are not going to ban these teenagers from using the smartphone, but we need to limit, we need to control them, okay, in using smartphone. Okay, for number 2, install monitoring apps. So there is an application, okay, how you are going to know, okay, what kind of websites, okay, that your children are using. Okay, next, teachers should educate students. So educate students on the safe use of smartphone. Okay, for example, nowadays, okay, lots of teenagers, they tend to expose, okay, their personal details, okay, freely, okay, and blindly, okay, to other persons. So it is not safe for them because it will attract the scammers, for example, right? Okay, so we have done for point number 3 and point number 4 for part 2. So how about it? Do you know how to tackle this question for part 2? I hope you know already, right? Okay, next. So this is a sample, the next sample, okay. It is about family celebration. Okay. So we are going to do this quickly, okay, because you have done the first sample, right? So talk about a family celebration you had recently. So this is another task, okay, maybe for candidate B, the second candidate, okay. So you should say, so here they are still for content focus prompt. Okay, the first one, what was the event? So this one, number 1, you need to mention the event, what you did there. So this one, number 2, okay, so it's about event. Number 2 is asking you about the activities. Okay. Number 3, if you enjoyed yourself, why or why not? So you have to give the reason here. Okay. Okay, whether you are enjoying yourself or not. Okay, number 4, why family celebrations are important in Malaysia? So this one meaning to say it is about advantages. Okay, the advantages, okay, of family celebration. Okay, so as you can see here, okay, I already draft, okay, the answers, okay, sample answers for part 2. How about the topic? So again, the topic is about a family celebration. Okay, the first one, the event. So you need to draft your answers, okay, because it's only 20 seconds are given to you as SPM candidate. Okay, so for 20 seconds, it's quite short, right? Okay, the time is quite short for you. How you are going to answer this kind of question? So, my keyword here, practice makes perfect. So, you need to do lots of practices, okay, in order to get the ideas, okay, straight away will be come out from your brain or mind, okay. So, the event is my parents' wedding anniversary. Okay, what the event was. So, this one, the question asks you to give only one event. So, meaning to say only mention one event. Next, what you did there. Okay, so of course it is about activities. So, many activities. Okay, the first one, we have cake cutting. Okay, second, presenting surprise gift. Next one, playing board games. So, they are, three. Three activities being mentioned here. This is the draft, okay? Next one, if you enjoyed yourself, why or why not? So, definitely, yes, I enjoyed myself because we got to spend time together. Okay? An opportunity for you to spend time together. One of the reason, because the question asks you why or why not. Okay? Next one, most of us are always busy. So that is why you really enjoyed yourself, okay? Because that is a chance for you, okay, together with your family members. Next one, the fourth content focus prompt is why family celebration are important in Malaysia. So, family celebrations are important because it creates an opportunity for family to spend time together. Okay, for example, okay, as mentioned earlier, okay, all of them are busy, okay, with their own work. Okay, so this is the best time, the best opportunity, okay, the best golden opportunity for them to have a whale of time together and spend a quality time. Okay, also it helps to maintain good relationship and build stronger family bond. So here we have two. Number one, this one is number one. This one is number 2. Okay, it's about relationship. You are going to strengthen the bonding, okay, between you and other family members. Okay, so you have settled, okay, drafting your ideas in your mind. Okay, next. So, this is the full sample of answer given by the candidate. Okay, this is an example. Okay, a family celebration. Let's pretend that I'm the candidate. Okay, so just recently, I celebrated my parents' wedding anniversary with my siblings. On the day, we did many activities. The celebration began with cake cutting. It was 2-tier red velvet cake, which was both our parents' favorite. Okay, next. Then we presented a surprise gift, which was their portrait, okay, painted by my little brother who was good at arts. My parents were so touched. After that, few hours before we went to bed, we decided to play a board game. I enjoyed myself because we got to spend time together, as most of us are always busy with our own schedule. both of my parents are working, so we rarely have time together. In my opinion, my family celebration are important because it creates an opportunity for family to spend time together. Also, it helps to maintain good relationship and build stronger family bond. Okay, as you can see here, okay, so the sentence structure, okay, it is very good. Okay, they are complex compound sentences as well, okay. And then as you can see, how you are going to organize your points, okay. Remember, you have 4 content focus prompts, okay. So you need to arrange it in a logical manner from number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. How you are going to relate one to another, okay, to make it smooth. So this is where you are going to use linkers. Linkers or cohesive devices. So this is very important, okay, to use this one. Okay. So if you are able to use this one, okay, you are going to get better marks because your points are in logical manner. Okay. So as you can see here, okay, the candidate mentioned about the activities, okay. So using some of the linkers, okay. For example here, okay, then, okay. And then my parents were so touched after that. Okay. And then, okay, with our own parents, okay. In my opinion, okay. So these are some of meaningful expression when you want to give your opinion. Try to use these linkers or cohesive devices and a few meaningful expression when you want to express your opinions or ideas, okay. So it will help you, okay, to make your sentence better, okay. So this is one sample, right? Full answer. Okay. Clear, right? Next. So after candidate B or A already finished with their task, okay, for example, so let's say this is candidate A, okay, about family celebration. Now, candidate B will have about 20 seconds, okay, to answer a question. Okay, so as you can see here, so interlocutor will say thank you. After candidate A presenting or talking about family celebration, so interlocutor will ask the next candidate, which is candidate B, one short question. Okay, for example, what was the last celebration you had? How about the topic? The last celebration you had. It is still the same topic. Okay, it's about family celebration or celebration. Okay, so that is why as candidate B, you need to listen carefully, okay, to candidates A presentation just now. Okay, because you need to answer a question briefly about your partner's topic. Okay, so what was the celebration? Did you have a good time? Okay, so let's say if you do not listen to your friend's presentation just now, okay, for about 1 minute, if you got this kind of question, okay, you do not have any ideas, so it is not good for you. Okay, so that is why you need to listen to your friend's presentation. You may get some ideas, okay, in order to take them, okay, to be your guidance in answering this question. So please listen carefully to your partner's presentation. Okay, so you are given 20 seconds. So this is a sample, okay, for candidate B. Just recently, okay. So the question asks you about last celebration that you had, okay. So I celebrated my younger sister's 30th birthday, okay. I had so much fun during the celebration because my parents brought us to eat at famous Western restaurant in the town and treated all of us with the most delicious beef steak and spaghetti carbonara. Ooh. Okay, it's so scrumptious, right? Okay, so you are supposed to give your response within 20 seconds. Okay, so this is a sample. Okay, clear? Okay, next. So part 3. Part 3 we call as discussion task further discussion. Okay, so this one for part 3. Okay, we have discussion task. Okay, further discussion task. 2 types of discussion. Okay. So next one, you will be given a mind map. Peta minda, okay, a mind map. So you are supposed to discuss with your partner. Okay, you will be given a mind map. There are 6 points there. Okay, next, what's the input? Candidates are asked to speak on topic for about 2 minutes. Okay, so the time for discussion is 2 minutes. Okay, with a central focus question and surrounding ideas to help them. So the ideas, there are 6 ideas. Okay, and 1 topic. Okay, as the central question. Next one, a central focus question. Okay, they are given a decision question to focus and discuss for 1 minute. So, decision question. What is decision question? So, for the first part, for part 3, okay, for the first phase, okay, you are supposed to do a discussion within 2 minutes. Both of you need to discuss about a mind map that you get, okay. And then you need to use the points given there. Okay. And then after you have done with your 2 minutes discussion, there is a decision question. So this is basically what you are supposed to do for conclusion. Remember, after you have done your discussion, you need to come out with your conclusion. For example, which is the best way? Which is the main factor? Okay, so you need to decide together within 1 minute for the conclusion. Okay, next, candidates are given 1 final joint question. Final joint question. So this is hot questions. Okay, but okay, hot question, higher order thinking, skills question. Okay. Candidate output, okay, so for this part 3, you are going to explain and give reasons. Okay, of course, there are 6 points given. You are not supposed to do all the 6, okay, because you only have 2 minutes. Okay, so let's say if you can come out with 3 or 4 out of 6, that is okay already. Don't worry. Okay. So, exchanging info and opinions. So, it is a discussion. So, you need to give your ideas and then you need to ask your friend whether your friend is agree or not agree with your ideas. Okay, so that is exchanging opinions or views, okay, between you and your partner. Okay, next one, expressing and justifying opinions. Okay, so for example, if you are agree with your friends, you need to justify. Or if you do not agree with your partner's ideas or views, you need to justify as well, right? So next one, negotiating agreement. So this is for the conclusion. Okay, so this is for the 1 minute task. You need to come up with your own conclusion. You need to decide together. Okay, next, making and responding to suggestions and discuss alternative. Okay, so the alternative, there are six ideas. So you need to discuss with your friends, okay, as many as possible. So if not, 3 or 4 is okay already. Don't worry. Okay, next. So this is setting arrangement. Okay, so this is the interlocutor. Okay, the interlocutor will be sitting in front of you. Candidate A, candidate B. Okay, the one who are going to give you questions, okay, from the question booklet is the interlocutor. Okay, however, this is assessor, the one who are going to assess you silently, okay, without giving any information, without talking anything or speaking anything to you. Okay, especially to candidate A or candidate B. She will just listen to both of the candidates. Okay, so as you can see from the setting arrangement, okay, assessor, the distance from assessor to candidate A and B here. It's quite far. Okay, it's about 1.5 meters, I think. Okay, so it's quite far. Okay, so that is why as SPM candidates, you need to speak loud and clear. So make sure when you are presenting your idea, okay, when you are talking about your topic, okay, can be listened by the assessor. Okay. Next. So for this one, the assessment focus. Okay, so when it comes for the assessment, okay, there are 2 persons that are going to give you the marks. Okay, so we have here interlocutor, and then second we have the assessor. Okay, oh sorry. Okay, so for interlocutor, okay, we have overall, oh sorry. Okay, so we have, okay, okay, so we have overall spoken performance here. Okay, so meaning to say, how about the marks? Okay, so for the interlocutor, we have 6 marks. Okay, for the overall performance. However, for the assessor, okay, there are 3 parts. Okay, the candidates will be evaluated or assessed. The first one is grammar. For grammar, there are 6 marks. Okay, next, vocabulary. So for vocab, okay, we have 6 marks as well. Okay. Last but not least, we have communicative competence, 6 marks. Okay, so altogether 18 marks for assessor. Okay, so for SPM candidates, it is very important for you, okay, to make sure that you are using the correct grammar, the correct tenses, okay, because this is very important. Okay, one of the area, okay, that will be looking by the assessor is grammar. The second one, vocabulary. So it's very important, okay, if you have using the same words again and again, okay, you are repeating the same word, okay, you do not replace the word with other words, so it's not good for you, okay, especially if you want to score for vocabs, okay. So remember, try to replace, okay, the word that you are going to state in your speaking. test. Okay, for example, beautiful. Okay, so do not mention the word beautiful 2 or 3 times. Okay, it might be bored. Okay, so it can the assessor can make an assumption that, oh, okay, you have lack of vocabs, for example. Okay, so try to use another word. For example, beautiful, you can use gorgeous. Okay, you can use amazing. You can use breathtaking view, for example. Okay, for view. Okay, so try to replace. Okay, or use synonyms for the word. Okay, so for the interlocutor is only 6 marks. Okay, so 6 plus 18, it will become 24. So we have 24 marks. Okay, all together. Oh, sorry. Okay, all together here. Okay, 24 marks. Okay, settle this one. Okay, so for part 3, okay, it is very important for you to know how you are going to start your discussion. Okay, because for example, this one, okay, is a 2-minute task. Okay, for 2 minutes, okay, you are supposed to use lots or variety of ideas, okay, variety of sentences, for example. So you have candidate A and candidate B. So who are going to start the discussion? So it can be candidate A, it can be candidate B. So what kind of sentences or phrases that you can use in order to do this discussion task? So here, okay, I have listed out, okay, some of the meaningful phrases that you can use. Okay, for example, for the first one, to introduce the first point. So meaning to say you want to highlight your first point, you are going to start giving your first point. So you can use here for a start, I would like to suggest. Okay, next one, I would like to begin by. Okay, next, first of all, I would like to. Okay, so these phrases you can use to introduce the first point. How about to signal a main point? Okay, you want to highlight, to signal a main point. Okay, so my main point is. Second, it is important to. The word important here. Okay, next, one important reason. Important reason is. Okay, the most important factor is. So, most important. Okay, so this one you want to highlight the main point. Next, to start a new point. For example, for the second or the third point, okay, you can use secondly. Okay, for the second point, for example, my next point is. Okay, another suggestion is. Next, I would like to highlight. Okay, so give the points over there. So another point that I would like to emphasize is. Next, moving on to my next point, which is. Okay, so that's a lot of phrases that you can use. Okay, so choose 1 or 2, okay, to use in your speaking test. Okay, next one, to refer what you have said. Okay, next, as I have said earlier. Okay, I mentioned earlier. Okay, as you can see the word earlier, earlier, okay, to refer to what you have said before this, which means earlier. So, as I said at the beginning. Okay, next one, I have pointed out earlier. Again. Okay, that. Okay. So, clear about this one, right? Okay, next. To signal cause and effect. So, for this one, this in turn can lead to, okay, cause and effect. Okay, remember? Okay, for this reason, so after that you need to give the consequences, what happened. Okay, as a result, okay, due to, okay, you can mention here what is the cause and then the consequences. Okay, next one, to ask for an opinion. So, you can use these phrases. Okay, for example, you have finished your first point. You want to ask your friend's opinion. Okay, so you can use this kind of sentence or phrases. What is your opinion? Okay, for example, you have finished your first point. Okay, what is your opinion, Siti? Okay, so next, what do you think about? Okay, what is your view on? Okay, may I know your opinion regarding what? Okay, do you agree that? Okay, so this is for asking your friends or your partner's opinion. Okay, next one, to give an opinion. So meaning to say you want to express your idea, you want to express your view. You can use these phrases. I think. First one, I believe. Okay, in my opinion. Okay, from my point of view. Okay, personally I feel. Okay, so you need to mention what kind of feeling here. Okay, I am sure that. Okay, so next one, to express agreement. Okay, so to express agreement. Okay, whether you are agree to that particular statement or your friend's opinion. So I agree with you. I agree with you. Okay, you are right, absolutely right. Okay, I am glad you mentioned that. Okay, I see your point. Okay, so this the way how you are going to say that you are agree with your partner. Next, to express disagreement. Meaning to say you do not agree with your friend's idea or opinion. Okay, so I disagree. Okay, I don't see it that way. Okay, I beg to differ. Okay, you are not agree, I don't think so. Okay, I think it will be better if. So this one here, you are giving your suggestion. You are not agree, but you are giving another suggestion. Okay, I appreciate your opinion. Okay, you are appreciating your partner's opinion, but okay, so you are giving some reason here, maybe. Okay, next, to conclude. So in your discussion, okay, remember you need to discuss within 2 minutes. So for conclusion, you have one minute. 1 minute. Okay. Okay. So for conclusion, you have 1 minute. You need to decide together. So what kind of phrases that you can use in a conclusion, as a conclusion, to conclude, okay, in a nutshell, to sum up. Okay, you can use this. Okay, next one. So what are the preparation tips for part 3? Okay, especially for discussion task. The first one, you must be able to talk about the topic assigned with your partner. So this is a discussion task, meaning to say you are not supposed to present it individually. For example, you have 2 minutes. Okay, so you have decided, okay, candidate A, 1 minute, candidate B, 1 minute. So it's a separate presentation to both of you as candidate A and candidate B. So it is wrong. Okay, it's supposed to be a discussion. You need to have a turn taking. Okay. Number 2, you must listen attentively to your partner's idea so you can keep the turn taking in the conversation going by adding more ideas to what have been said by your partner. Okay, when you listen attentively to your partner's topic, so you are able to add more ideas. Okay, whether you are agree or you disagree with your partner's opinion. Okay, but if you don't listen it carefully, okay, it will be difficult for you to respond to your partner's opinion. Okay, number 3, you must use all the information given to keep the conversation alive and ongoing. So, like I said earlier, okay, there are 6 points, okay. So, at least try to use all the points from the mind map. Okay, do not try to find a new points, okay, that is not in the mind map given. Okay, so please use all the points. But if you are able to do 3 or 4, it's okay already. Yeah? Next one. Okay, so this is an example of the mind map. Okay, so this is the title. Ways to release stress among students, or ways to manage stress among students. Okay, so as you can see here, you have the first one, second, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. All together, there are 6 points. Okay, there are 6 points. Okay. Okay, there are 6 points. Okay, so try to discuss with your friends. Okay, so another important tips for me. Okay, so let's say there are 6 points. Okay, maybe okay, some of the weak candidates, okay, you are not able to understand 1 or 2 words from here. So for you, please take another point. Okay, for example, we have 6, and maybe you do not understand the word mindfulness activity. Okay, for example, so try to choose other points. For example, take a break. I'm sure, okay, most of you know what is the meaning of take a break or have a rest, right? So try to take the easier ideas or opinion first, okay? And then try to discuss at least 3 to 4. Sorry. So 3 to okay. 3 to 4 points. At least, at least 3 to 4 points because we have 6. So now that is the script for the interlocutor. Okay, so let us read together. Now I would like you to talk about something together for about 3 minutes. The task will have 2 parts. In the first part, you will discuss something with each other for about 2 minutes. Then in the second part, you will need to decide together for about 1 minute. Okay, you have to make a decision. Alright, so let's begin with the discussion task. So this is an example. The interlocutor will give you, okay, a handout about your mind map, okay, regarding ways to release stress among students. Okay. So, this is examples, okay, of a discussion between candidate A and candidate B. Okay, so now candidate A start the discussion first. Okay, so how to start? How we are going to start to initiate the discussion? So candidate A, so let us start our discussion on ways to manage stress among students. In my opinion, I would say that exercise is a great way to manage our stress as a student. Studying in a bedroom can take a toll on us. Thus, going out for a jog or getting some fresh air is beneficial for our well-being? What do you think? Okay, so to initiate the discussion from this paragraph, which one? So it will be this one. Let us start our discussion. Remember to mention the title, Ways to Manage Stress Among Students. Okay, so this is the title. Okay, so you are mentioning to the interlocutors as well as assessors. Okay, you are going to start your discussion and you mention the topic. Okay, next, in my opinion. Okay, so this one you are trying to, so there is another point here. Okay, you are expressing ideas for this one. In my opinion. Okay, you are expressing your ideas. I would say that exercise is a great way to manage our stress. Okay, so this one is exercise. So this one is the first point given by candidate A. Okay, after mentioning the first point, okay, move on. Studying in a bedroom can take a toll on us. Thus, okay, using linkers, okay, thus, this is linkers. Going out for a jog or getting some fresh air is beneficial for our well-being. Okay, so for this one, mentioning the first point and then with the explanation. Okay, so you introduce the first point. This one, right? Okay, so last one, what do you think? After you explaining or giving some elaboration for the first point, okay, what do you think? You pass the discussion to your partner. Okay, what do you think is, oh sorry, not introduce. It is asking for opinion. What do you think, Siti? What do you think, Aida? For example. Okay, so this is how to start. Clear, everybody? Sure? Good. Okay, next one. So, candidate B, how you are going to respond to your friend just now? Your friend asks you, what do you think? So, remember, the first point just now is about exercise, right? So, candidate B, I agree with you. So, I agree with you. This is to agree. Direct. Okay? To agree. Okay. Getting fresher air while doing exercises is good for our physical and mental health. Okay. So, basically, as you can see, these points relates to the new point or the previous point given by candidate A. Yes, good. Okay, so it's actually referring to the previous point mentioned by candidate A. So here, you are justifying. You are saying that you agree, but it's very important for you, you need to justify why you are agree with your friend, okay? So, you need to justify, okay? Getting fresher air is good for your mental health and physical health. So, you give more information regarding exercise. Next, okay, you mention. So, this is another linkers. Okay, linkers. I would say that talking to someone could reduce the amount of stress. So, talking to someone is the second point. Okay, so this point is mentioned by candidate B. Okay, so friend and family members are an example of people that we can talk to. Talking about our problems can ease the burden that we have. So this is the explanation or elaboration. Elaboration for what? elaboration for talking to someone. And then you pass back to your friends, candidate A. Do you agree with me, Shasha? So this is a different phrase using by candidate B. Candidate A is using, what do you think, Siti, for example. And then candidate B is using another phrases. Do you agree with me, Shasha? So this one, do you agree? So this is to agree again. Okay? Sorry. Do you agree? Asking for opinion. Whether your friend is agree or disagree. Okay, next. So candidate A said that is a good practice. I agree with you. So to emphasize, okay? So this one. That is a good practice. So you are emphasizing on that particular ideas or views. Okay, you can use that is a good practice. I agree with you is expressing your agreement. You agree to your friend. How about having a stress outlet? So this one you are suggesting, okay, another ways to manage stress. So candidate B respond, I think having a stress outlet to release a stress is also essential in stress management. Okay, so just now making suggestion. Okay, you can make suggestion to your friends, okay, while elaborating your points, okay, and ask your partner to give their opinions, okay. And then it is essential in stress management. For instance, okay, when you are using for instance, for example, okay, as in example, okay, so that one is giving an example, okay, for instance, okay, for instance, giving example, okay. Joining a sport club, it can improve our mood as we have regular contact with other people. After you give a example and then you give a further elaboration about joining a sport club. Okay, so again this one is about expressing your opinion where you are giving supporting details or other information to support your suggestion or ideas. Right? Clear? Okay, next. So candidate A, you are right. By doing these things, by doing the things we enjoy, we get to have fun and take our mind off our problems for a while. This includes playing musical instruments, baking and swimming. Okay, so I'm sure all of you know already it's about expressing agreement. You are right. Okay, here. Okay, expressing agreement. Next. Okay, we get to have fun and take our mind off our problem. Okay, so this one is expressing opinion. Right? Okay, so this includes playing musical instrument, baking and swimming. So this one is about giving examples. Okay, you are giving examples, playing musical instrument, baking and swimming. So candidate B said that's true. This brings us to the last point. So let's say you have mentioned 3 or 4 points already. Okay, there is a turn taking, okay, between candidate A and candidate B. So you need to give your last point. So this is how you are going to state, okay, in your speaking test. So this brings us to the last point, which is taking breaks regularly. I think taking short breaks between working can help us switch off and improve the quality of our work. Okay, so switch off and improve. There is a D here, sorry. Okay, so this is again you are giving the examples. Next. Okay, now after you have finished, okay, doing the discussion for 2 minutes, okay, remember it's only 2 minutes, okay, so it's doable for 3 or 4 points. Thank you, okay, the interlocutor will say thank you after the 2 minutes. Now you have a minute, okay, to decide together which is the most effective way to manage stress among students. So, which is the most effective way to manage stress among students? So you need to decide together. Candidate A, candidate B. Okay, you need to make a conclusion. Which one is the most effective way? Okay, the best way to handle stress among students. So just now for the discussion, candidate A starts or initiating the discussion. Okay, as you can see for the conclusion, candidate B start the conclusion part. So you can take the role, okay, you can divide. For example, candidate A, you are going to start discussion part. Okay, I'm as candidate B, I need to start for conclusion part. Okay, it will be better. Okay, both of you have the chance to start or to initiate the discussion. Okay, now we need to decide the most effective way to manage stress among students. So you are initiating the discussion, okay? And then you are mentioning about what we are going to decide. In a conclusion, again, okay, you are going to do a wrap up, okay, conclusion. I believe that getting enough sleep is the best way to deal with our stress. Plus another linkers here. Plus, not having enough sleep will make us feel tired and that contributes to our stress. What do you think, Siti? So what do you think, Siti is asking for opinion? Okay, so this is about conclusion. So the first candidate, candidate B, do the conclusion. Next, candidate A responds. Okay, absolutely. Here, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Okay, I agree with you. So expressing agreement. However, it's not just about getting enough sleep. It is essential for us to get a quality sleep, okay, at night. Having a sufficient sleep, at least 6 to 8 hours per day, can help us to be more active on the next day. Okay, so that one is adding more information here. Okay, you are stating about getting enough sleep, get quality sleep, at least 6 to 8 hours per day. Okay, you agree with candidate B just now, okay, about having sufficient sleep, okay, to handle stress. And you add another information, okay, for conclusion. Since both of us have reached an agreement, I think we can conclude our discussion. So, to close the discussion, okay, you are using, I think we can conclude our discussion. So, both of you are agreeing on the same ideas, okay, not having enough sleep or sufficient sleep or adequate sleep, okay, to manage your stress. Okay. So, we have done for part 3. Okay, phase 1, the discussion, 2 minutes. And then we have a phase 2, okay, conclusion, 1 minute. Last but not least, okay, the last part, hot question. Both of you will be given 1 question. Okay, for example here. Okay, thank you. You have been talking about the ways to manage stress among students, right? Now, let's hear your opinion on this. So this is the question given by the interlocutor. Okay, do you think taking a break or rest stops you from being productive? Do you think? So the question is asking you about your views, your opinion, whether you are agree with this statement? Taking a break or rest stops you from being productive. Okay, so here it is again a further discussion. Remember, as I mentioned earlier, there are two discussion. One is a ordinary discussion. Okay, you have the mind map, right? Okay, the second one you have further discussion, which is the hot question. This one. Why hot question is very important? So hot question, okay, for example, if candidate A or candidate B, okay, they are able to answer hot question very well, okay, brilliantly, okay, they might get high marks, okay, for this speaking test. Okay, so as you can see, it's quite tough, right? Okay, it's asking about being productive, okay, if you are taking a break or rest, okay. So it's quite tough, okay. Next. Okay. So here you need to do a further discussion, okay. So again, it's up to you whether candidate A or candidate B, okay, to start or initiate the discussion. So now let's talk about how taking a break or resting stop us from being productive. Do you agree with that? So as you can see here, so let's say this is candidate A. Candidate A. Okay, candidate A. Okay, so candidate A start by mentioning the hot question again. And do you agree with that? Asking candidate B. So this one is candidate B. Okay, this one understood already, candidate B. Okay, so no, I don't think taking a break is a crucial element in our productivity. Also, it is vital for our mental health. An overworked brain can only lead to more stress. Apa tu? Here. Overworked brain lead to more stress and reduce level of concentration. So meaning to say, it's very important for you to have enough rest to take a break. Okay, it will not affect your productivity. Okay, if you do not taking a break, it will definitely affect your level of productivity. Right? So I do believe, okay, you are stating your belief or opinion, okay, that being hardworking is important as it helps to strive for what we want out in life, okay, but taking a break is equally important as it helps us to perform well in our studies or work. So this is your explanation, okay. What do you think? So you pass back the discussion to candidate A. So this is candidate A answer, for example. Oh, okay. Okay. I agree with you, okay. Not only that, getting adequate rest has its own benefit. In this fast-moving world that we currently live in, taking a break or rest demonized by other so-called high achievers. To me, not doing something is also productive as it gives time for our brain to rest. Okay, after all work, no play makes Jack a dull boy. Okay, so this is a idiom, right? Okay, so it's a very good response, okay, from candidate A, okay, supported by very well vocabulary as well as a good phrases of idioms or saying. Okay, you can put idioms, sayings or proverbs here. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so next one. So we have done. So this is a sample, just a simple sample for part 3. Okay, further discussion including hot question. Okay, so as you can see, we have done all this. Okay, for this further discussion. Okay, so we have the initiate the discussion. Okay, start how you are going to start the further discussion. Okay, and then you are asking your friends' opinion, and then your friends try to give the opinions, elaborating, giving examples or supporting details, explanation, and then you emphasize on your belief, what you believe, okay, and then you are expressing opinions, adding ideas, and you emphasize on proverbs, sayings, okay, so you can use, okay, a very good quotes from someone who is very famous, for example, right? Okay, or a remarkable person. Okay, it's very good for your speaking task. Okay, so for this speaking part, okay, so we have discussed 3 parts, part 1, part 2, and part 3. Okay, so I hope all of you, okay, try to do well for your English paper, especially for speaking paper. Okay, try to enhance or enrich your vocabs, because the assessor will assess you based on vocabulary, grammar, and communicative competence. Okay, so there are 3 parts. Okay, so remember, it is very important for you, okay, to enrich your vocabs. So my next tip is try to make sure that you do not try to not help your friends. Okay, let your friends independently answer the question. Okay, so if you are helping your friend, it is not good. Okay, I'm afraid that you are going to lose a few marks maybe. Okay, if you are helping your friends. Okay, next one, do not include any other language. Okay, for example, you are using Malay words, okay, in your speaking test. Okay, try to avoid that. Okay, it's not good for you. Okay, so last but not least, okay, try to read more, okay, and try to answer some of the questions. Okay, try to brainstorm your ideas. It's very good for you, and I hope you can do well for your SPM 2024. Okay, so I hope you are going to excel in English and pass the subject with flying colors. Bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.